Consequential loss is the additional cost to a consumer from a problem with goods or services. So let's go back to the toaster fire example from Chapter 2. In this situation, not only did the toaster itself fail to meet a consumer guarantee, but it also caused damage to the kitchen. A consumer can claim compensation for consequential loss from a supplier who supplies goods or services that fail to meet a consumer guarantee. The compensation should return the consumer to the position they would have been in if the goods and services had met the consumer guarantee. So the consumer could get a new toaster and have the supplier pay for the reasonable costs of repairs to the kitchen. There are some times when a consumer cannot reject goods. The simplest case is where the goods have been lost or destroyed by the consumer. Part of rejecting goods is that the consumer has to return them. So if a good has been lost, there's nothing to return, so nothing can be rejected. Now, with goods being destroyed, I don't mean that they fail a guarantee, like the burnt toaster. But if a child sticks a banana into a DVD player instead of a DVD and it breaks as a result, the consumer can't return the DVD player for a refund because it was destroyed by abnormal use. Another situation where goods cannot be rejected is where they've been incorporated into something else to such an extent that to try and separate them out would actually damage them. So, for example, a consumer hires a tiler to tile their laundry and they use the wrong colour tiles. The consumer can't reject the goods because removing the tiles from the floor after they've been laid would likely damage them. But the consumer would still have the option of claiming compensation for the reduction in value. Consumers do not have an infinite amount of time in which to reject goods for failing to meet a consumer guarantee. The rejection period is the period of time which it would be reasonable to expect a failure to comply with a consumer guarantee to become apparent. In considering this, the type of goods, the normal use, and the normal amount of use are taken into consideration. Let's use a toaster as an example again. If a consumer purchased a $30 toaster and used it in a normal fashion, that is, toasting a couple of slices of bread every day, a reasonable person might expect it would last 6 months or longer. A consumer might not reasonably be able to reject a toaster if it broke after 2 years because the rejection period would arguably have lapsed. Also, if the toaster was used in the breakfast buffet of a hotel and was toasting bread constantly 4 hours every day, it could be argued that this isn't a normal amount of use for a household toaster and the rejection period would be much shorter.